I am the principal at Steele Canyon High School, and you're gonna hear tonight from some assistant principals, our student support services, a counselor, a bunch of different staff, students. Try to provide you what it's like to be a student at Steele Canyon, so that you can make an informed decision that this is the best school for your family. A couple of safety features I do want to get to tonight. I want to let everybody know that we are recording this presentation and it will be available on our website tomorrow. And the slides will be available in Spanish. So if anybody that you know did not get to access this experience, please encourage them to find our information on our website tomorrow. Also want to questions. As you have questions throughout this presentation, we have Assistant Principal Mr. Paul Battle, who's going to be curating our chat. So please direct questions to Mr. Battle. You can find his name in the chat feature. So if you have questions, ask him, he'll respond, and then we'll have a time for questions and answers at the end of the slideshow. And just a couple of security features that we've added for tonight is that you are all muted and have videos off. And that's by design to make sure we can all have a safe and fun experience this evening. So with that, we can go ahead and advance and move on to the next slide. All right. And here you see we're going to open up with our mission and vision. These are our two pieces of literature which guide us, lets everybody know what we strive for. It keeps us on the narrow path. Want to speak a little bit to our mission, some of the things that speak to me, that resonate with me, that help me choose Steele Canyon as a great place to work and learn, is that we firmly believe that all students can learn. We have already begun preparing your students for life after high school through our efforts to have a robust college and career readiness program, including A through G classes, CTE coursework, as well as dual enrollment classes. We strive to provide rigorous and relevant curriculum with our course level teams, our teachers working dedicated within the school day for teachers to work together to collaboratively design curriculum and analyze that curriculum and make adjustments that were going to improve student outcomes. And then self-worth and character development. We do focus on social emotional learning. We believe that students are the #1 priority, and our teachers are responsible for creating an environment where the students know that our teachers care for them. And we want to encourage them to have broad success inside the classroom, as well as encouraging them to get involved in campus and make connections to school outside the classroom. As far as our vision statement, we want our students to be challenged and mentored. There is no easy path to success. It's going to take work and it's going to take dedication, and we're here to provide the supports necessary so all students can meet our vision. And we do provide a Cougar Den mentoring program. So in addition to the various activities, clubs, sports, and arts programs, a Cougar Den program is a dedicated time where a student can connect to a teacher on campus in a non-academic environment to try to make sure that every student has an opportunity to make a strong connection to the school. All right, next slide, please. And a couple things about our school, things that separate us. We are an independent charter school that is authorized by the Grossmont District. So while we do operate independently, what that means is that we get directly funded. Us as an organization feel we know what's best for our community and for our students. And so our funding comes directly for us when we operate as a one school district. We are a comprehensive charter high school, which is very unique, that we provide full scale academics, full athletics, performing arts, club, the full gamut of student life, everything you'll find in a comprehensive high school we have here, but also meeting the needs of a local community, making sure that our students are served. We operate on a 4x4 schedule. So students will start with classes in the fall. They have 4 classes in the fall, 4 classes in the spring. So that mimics what students will experience in college. What you can expect from Steele Canyon is in a caring staff that's waiting to be a part of the growth of your child. We're very responsive, and we have consistent grade level organization. So a lot of these things you'll hear more about as we move along through our slideshow, but our grade level teams, our course level teams are all part of our organizational structure that support student learning. What we would expect from you as our partners in education is for our families to play an active role in your child's high school experience. We want our students to get involved and make meaningful connections to school. We want them to be excellent students, but we know that a lot of student learning takes place outside of the classroom, and some of the most pure classrooms exist on the field, on the stage, in performances, and in social settings. So we understand that that much is learned. So we really encourage our students to get involved, and we want our parents to be involved as well. We want to build our PTO, our boosters programs, athletics boosters, theater boosters, band boosters, and be involved in the fundraising efforts for all these various programs. So we want our students to be involved. We want our families to be involved. We're all working together to provide a meaningful high school experience for all of our students and our community. Go ahead. Our academics lead the way for us. Students are here to learn first and foremost. And these are the various things that programs we have in place that are going to provide meaningful academic experience for your students and academic excellence across the board. In addition to having strong college prep coursework, we have a series of honors classes that students can self-select to take. We do not tell students who can and can't be in an honors program, and we do not tell students who can't or can't be in an AP class. If the students want to challenge themselves with high-level rigorous coursework, we offer authentic counseling, and we put supports in place for them to meet those standards. In addition to our college and career or college prep work, honors work, and AP courses, we've got 4 CTE pathways for students to experience that we really are making more robust, as well as our dual enrollment program, trying to find ways for students to start earning college credit they're completing in their high school experience. We offer one-to-one Chromebooks, so all of our incoming freshmen will get a brand new device to help them with their high school years. We have our academic supports are embedded throughout the school day, designed specifically to support freshmen in the transition to high school. We have a community service requirement in order to graduate. So we want our graduates of Steele Canyon to be service-minded people, community-minded people who understand the benefits of giving back. And some other requirements, we have a senior website and an interview trying to provide our graduates with real-world experiences that are transferable that they can utilize upon graduation. So a comprehensive program, both inside the classroom, experiential outcomes for our students, as well as performing arts, athletics, and various clubs for students to engage in. And I believe at this point, I'm going to hand the lead of this slideshow over to Ms. Laura Harold. She's our assistant principal, and she's going to be the assistant principal of the class of 2025. And so she'll be your assistant principal for the next 4 years.
Thank you, Mr. Parr. Good evening, everyone. I am so thrilled to see how many of you are joining us tonight. As Mr. Parr said, we're really disappointed, of course, that we could not see you all in person in a huge event that we love to host every year, but we're happy to be here, at least to get you the information that you need to make a well-rounded decision about Steele Canyon. So as Mr. Parr said, I'm going to be the class of 2025 grade level assistant principal. And the way that we operate here at Steele Canyon is we work in grade level teams. In our grade level teams, it includes an assistant principal, a counselor, an academic advisor, and a secretary. And those 4 people will be with your students all the way from their freshman year till we walk across the stage for graduation in 2025. So I'm really excited to announce the rest of our 2025 team. And so that again includes myself, assistant principal, Mrs. Harold. Our administrative secretary is Mrs. Montserrat Hennis. Our school counselor is Mrs. Judith Kuykendall. And our academic advisor is Mrs. Adriana Chitiluru. So we are here to support, we are here to build relationships with our families, build relationships with our students, guide them, answer questions, be here to whatever it is that you need. We're going to be here, whether it is dealing with academics, social emotional, support with families, support with teachers. We want to be your go-to people, and we're excited to bring all of these students in to Steele Canyon for the 2025 class. Next up, I'm going to pass it over to our counselor, Mrs. Judith Kuykendall.
So hi, everybody. I'm so excited to see the class of 2025. So I'm really happy to be able to come to you tonight. I'm going to go over the graduation requirements and the subject requirements. That's one of the things that we usually have a meeting for, and we actually do counseling one-on-one with the parents and the students so that you know what the expectations are of Steele Canyon. So in our graduation requirements, you must have 230 credits to graduate. But inside of that, you're going to cover all the basic subjects and courses, which would require a social science and English, mathematics, the science of visual, performing arts, or world language. You have to have PE. I'm sorry for those of you that don't like PE, but you still have to have 2 years of PE. And then in addition to that, you also have to have a technology requirement that is met during our geography course in 9th grade. And then we make a career plan for you, and we have that for every student. And then you have to meet first aid and life management, which is part of our ENS class. And then the senior interview and the website and the community service are all tied together for graduation upon completion of your 4th year. And then you'll see on the other side, we have the A through G subject requirements that get you through the San Diego State University system, CSUs, as well as the UC systems. And you also, these requirements will meet the private colleges as well. So anytime you're wanting to know about all the classes and courses that you take at Steele Canyon, you will still be eligible as long as you have a C or better. And you will maintain those grades throughout high school, you would be eligible for a 4-year university. And if that is not your pathway, we will also work on what you would like to do. So we use all of the pathways that we include in our academics and course, but we also can do military, or we can do vocational, with some that are doing real estate and culinary arts. So it's a plethora of ideas and choices that you can do in combination with the community colleges, as well as getting ready for a 4-year degree. Now, I want to talk to you about this wonderful bell schedule. Now, most of you will look at this and you would say, what does this mean? And I would say, that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked me. So in the 9th grade, most of our students will take 4 blocks. Not always, but it must have 3 classes in order to pass. So if you took 3 classes each term, that would give you your 60 credits for your first 9th grade year in order to go towards your graduation. In the block schedule, you'll see it starts at 7:30 and it goes to 9. Then we have a 9:15 to 10:50. 11 to 12:30. But what happens, did you see over here in term 1 where it says fall term, August to December? And it says exercise, nutritional science, and then a geography and an English class. So you don't see an elective there. So because you would wonder, what's the 4th class? Well, it could be an elective, but it doesn't have to be. And then term 2 goes January to June. So what I want you to know out of this particular slide is half of you. So right now, I'm not sure how many's online, but let's say we had 200 online right this minute, which would be fabulous. So term 1, 100 of you would be in your geography and English and your ENS. Term 2, the other half would be in their math and science and the elective. So that's how that works. And then what happens is you guys switch in January. So everybody goes. So if you were in English and geography in term 1, you're going to go to math and science in term 2. If you were in math and science in term 1, you're now going to go and experience geography and English and PE. So for those of you who don't want to be in PE, don't have PE term 1. Have it term 2 in the sunlight and the bright sunshine in the spring of the day. And I am going to introduce you at this time to my wonderful 12th grade senior student, Ashley.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ashley. I just wanted to give you guys some student perspectives on the block schedule and the benefits of it, along with the quarter and semester system that we use. It's a really excellent system. So what it is like Miss Kay was explaining, you'll have around 4 classes per term, which is, in my opinion, a lot better than the traditional school schedule, which is where you can have 6 or 7 classes at once. The system makes it to where you only have up to 4 at once, and it's really beneficial because you can spend so much more time focusing and learning on one subject. You're not having to cram so much into your head at once. It's really makes it a lot easier to learn and make connections with your teachers because you also spend more time in that class in one day because you're not having to cram so much into one day. Now, the quarter system we use for our AP courses. So we have those classes spanning the entire year. And you usually go to that class every other day. It's so that we can better prepare for our AP tests. And then if you do not take any AP courses, so if you're in college prep or honors, then you will be on the semester system, which is where you have the same classes for the first term, which is August to December, and then you switch from January to June. So that is the semester system.
All right, thank you, Ashley. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're experiencing right now on campus as we've had to change things up greatly in order to keep our students, staff, and community safe during the pandemic. So we're currently operating on a modified schedule and where we've shortened our classes. And so our classes are 60 minutes in length, but I am very proud of the educational hybrid experience that we're offering. To my knowledge, there is no other comprehensive public high school that is having their students on campus 2 days a week in the scope that we're offering. So we've got about 60% of our students come into class. They've been split up into 2 groups. We have a group that comes on Tuesday and Thursday, and we have another group that comes on Wednesday and Friday. And then the other 40% of our students have selected to stay in distance learning. And we're hoping to, as we move along in this term, and hopefully case rates continue to drop and vaccinations continue to go up, we'll continue to be able to bring more students on campus. We don't know what next year will look like. We're very hopeful that we can get back to our traditional schedule, having all of our students on campus, but it's much too early to conclude that. But what I do know, and as evidence of what we're offering in our current educational program, is that we're going to do everything we can and take the biggest step forward, leading with safety and providing access to campus for our students. So some of the things that we've done on campus to make sure that our students and staff and community are safe, and we're doing everything we can to mitigate the spread of coronavirus on campus. So we've installed touchless sanitizing stations at the entrance of every classroom. We've installed touchless paper towel and soap dispensers at every sink. Every single classroom and office is supplied with a basket of PPE, which includes masks, face shields, sanitizer, paper towels, and sanitizing solution. We have increased our efforts at keeping our school sanitized. We sanitize the entire school nightly, and we have added a custodial person in during the daytime to spray down high-touch surfaces with our fogger sanitizing during the day. We've installed air purifiers in every single classroom, and we've also increased the filter rating to MERV 13, or the highest rating that we can procure for all of our HVAC units. So those are some of the protocols that we've installed since we closed last March that are allowing us to operate safely. Some of the protocols: we do have mandatory masks at all times for staff and students, inside or outside. Social distancing: we have all of our students in classrooms 6 feet apart from each other and 9 to 10 feet apart from the teacher. We offer symptom screening for staff and students prior to entry. We have a digital symptom screening, so our students indicate digitally on their device whether or not they have any symptoms. If they have been exposed, if they answer no to those questions, we give them a temperature check. And if that temperature is below 100 degrees, then we allow them on campus. And then lastly, we give them a sticker upon symptom screening that notifies their teacher that they have passed through symptom screening. So we have updated our ingress and egress and flow of traffic, and really all of our programs. Everybody is sacrificed and changed a little bit in order to provide a safe learning environment for our students. And we're in our 6th week now. And to this date, we have had no evidence of community spread on campus. So we are confident in our protocols and our safety practices, and confident that we can have students on campus safely. So we are proud of that. And lastly, we do get questions about transportation and food services. We do offer transportation, and we have full services. Breakfast and lunch are provided. Currently, the food services are free. That may or may not be the case next year. So all of the information regarding transportation and food services is available on our website. We do buy back our transportation services from the Grossmont District Office. So all of that service comes directly from them. And it does require our students to sign up. So check into as the school year starts to wind down and we advertise for transportation services for the 21-22 school year. It'll be probably around May, right around our spring fling time. You can look for information about signing up for bus services as well as food services at that time. But the food service is available to all students for purchase, and some qualify for free or reduced price meals. And with that, I'm going to pass to discuss about athletics to Assistant Principal, who's our Administrator of Athletics, to Mr. Dr. Daniel Cohen.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. Just want to talk a little bit about our athletic program. It's a very successful program. We like to say that all of our athletes are students first and athletes second. That's why they're student athletes. We have a full spectrum of sports, as you can see, that we offer to our girls and boys. We have a very winning program. Last fall, we won 5 out of 7 sports in the Grossmont Hills League, which we're very proud of. But at the same time, we believe that athletics is so much more than winning. It's a great opportunity to make friends and to connect with some of our coaches have been coaching a long time. They're great role models. And so we stand by those programs. If there's any programs here that interest you, we are having some meetings right now for our current students. And we are providing that information because we're so excited that sports just started about 2 weeks ago. We're back to practicing and getting ready to compete. Cross country goes this Friday, and swim and dive is getting ready to go. And even in the purple tier, we can play tennis, we can run cross country, and we can run track and field as well. So we're hoping to get back to normal when it comes to athletics and to provide those opportunities to all of our students, and hope that all of our students will become involved in a sport. And so with that, I do want to introduce one of our student athletes on campus right now, Ms. Kylie McGill, who's also the ASB president, and she's going to talk a little bit about her experience.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kylie McGill. Like Dr. Cohen said, I'm the ASB president here at Steele, and I have absolutely loved getting involved throughout the past 4 years at this school. It is probably my pride and joy and my greatest pleasure being at Steele Canyon. There's so many different things that you can get involved in, and being a cheerleader the past 4 years and being able to cheer on any teams, go into competitions, meets, whatever there is, I have absolutely loved it. So I highly encourage you to get involved. Throughout this presentation, you'll find ways that you can get involved in different clubs, groups, or sports at Steele Canyon. So I highly recommend that. Athletics is an amazing program at Steele. If you can find a sport that interests you, even if you haven't started it before, I recommend you jumping into that. That athletic community that we have is such a great community, and it is an amazing way to get involved. You're not only going to be a part of the sport, but you're going to be representing Steele Canyon, which I've taken so much pride in over these past 4 years just because of how amazing our school is. like Dr. Cohen said, our little saying as an athletic program is that we are student athletes, placing an emphasis on being students before we're athletes. And we take pride in our grades, and we make our grades our priority before our sports teams, our practices, games, anything like that. And so our coaching team, our staff members, everybody on campus recognizes that, and they give us grace for our grades and from our practices as well. So it is challenging being a student athlete at times, but with a little bit of scheduling, a little bit of teacher after hours and tutoring sessions, and just some one-on-one time with your peers and teachers, it is very much worth it. So I encourage you to get involved in whatever way you find interested to you, and always reach out to our ASB team, to me. You can find us on Instagram at the SCHS ASB, and we can definitely get you involved and talk with you about that. So just sharing what I love most about Steele Canyon. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kylie. Appreciate you sharing your student experience. And thank you, Dr. Cohen. Mr. Battle, do we want to take a moment to answer some questions that of material that we've covered so far, or do we want to hold off to the end?
Thank you very much. I think I've been doing a pretty good job of typing back to a lot of people in here, but some universal ones we could probably address really quick. Let's see. Let's see. How are people going to know their classes when they come into the school? How will they know their schedule?
Would you like me to answer that one?
Sure.
So what happens is, as we meet with the students, you do a course selection sheet. And once you turn in your course selection sheet, we will build a schedule around that. We will send out several emails. A couple of them you probably won't answer because they go to spam, but hopefully you'll see your schedule, and we'll send it out to the student as well as the parents. And that's how you will get your schedule. It usually comes freshmen. Hopefully we'll have our freshman orientation like we've had in the several years past, and then you will also get your schedule that day of the freshman orientation. But generally, it is sent out through email.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kirkendall. Another question would be, what is the difference between PE, physical education, and our offering of exercise and nutritional science?
Oh, that's me again. So PE is just general PE. Our class is E&S because it's exercise nutritional science, and we have a classroom component inside of that where you are given health, you're giving careers, you're giving first aid, you're giving CPR, you're getting all kinds of classes inside of that. It's run as it was designed based on the California State University system, so it follows and lines up with that program, and that's the difference. So PE, you can just do a regular class, but E&S, you get so much more. It's such an exciting time to have.
All right, thank you very much. If anyone wants to take this, what is our drama department any good? Okay, someone take the bait.
I will take that one. Our drama department works so hard. I'm going to go into this a little bit here in a minute, but we offer technical theater, we have advanced drama, and every year they put on an amazing showcase. Last year they prepared for Shrek, and we were so excited to see it, but unfortunately we were a week too late and in March and weren't able to put it on due to the pandemic. But they offer master classes with bringing amazing people that are professionals in their field, and they work really hard, and they have an amazing teacher, Mrs. Labella, and who builds a wonderful community for that group. And it is a large group that works really hard and has a great time. So yes, I do believe that our theater department is excellent.
Just to add, they were the county show of the year when we put on The Sound of Music a couple of years ago. So we regularly compete countywide with some of our performances.
All right, thank you very much. If students are accepted and in the school, how do they go about getting Chromebooks and stuff like that to be able to access their work online?
I can
okay.
kind of take that. We'll be administering, so after the lottery, students will communicate. I believe it's next Friday, the 19th. And so once we get closer to school starting in August, probably sometime around freshman orientation, we will provide devices to our students. It may or may not happen before the first day. It may happen on the first day of school. But within that first week of students coming to school and starting class, we're providing new devices for our students to engage in their learning.
Okay, thank you very much. Is it too late to sign up for an in-person tour next week?
It is not too late. The link is still on our website. If you go to www.schscougars.org and click on the banner or click on registration 2021-22, and you can sign up. The only time is 4 o'clock is sold out, but we do have some spots available at the 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock hour.
All right, thank you very much, guys. That's I'll keep addressing some specific questions, but those are some universals. I think we can keep moving forward.
Thank you, Mr. Battle. All right, next up, I'm going to introduce our academic advisor for 2025, and that is Mrs. Adriana Chitaluru.
Good evening, everyone. So just to make it easy, you call me Mrs. C. I won't make you say my whole last name. Really quick, before I talk about AVID, I wanted to just put a little plug in there that Ms. Henningsen and I are actually bilingual, so we speak Spanish. So you are going to have 2 team members on your team that speak Spanish fluently. So just please know that if that's something that's important to you, just know that we are here to support you. So we have you covered in all different bases. But AVID is a wonderful program. I absolutely love it. As you can see, it stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. And it's really just helping students get to a 4-year university, making sure that you have everything that you need, that you're set up, you're taking the correct classes. They have amazing college trips. Obviously, right now we're not doing those, but hopefully we'll be able to start them up soon again. But it's just about pushing our students to be able to achieve at a higher level. We're just really here to support their goals, whatever they may be. It's a great class that you actually take every single year that you're here with us at Steele. So just know it's not like just a class that you take during your senior year or anything like that, like not at all. We want to make sure you are very prepared to get into a 4-year university. So I highly recommend the program. I have the website here for you so you can go and learn more about it. It has great information on the basics, like what is AVID, just like what we reviewed. It has great college resources. It has a page just for AVID parents. So it helps you support your students throughout this process and making sure that they get to their final end goal of getting into a 4-year university. And they have all of the events that they put on there as well. So please review that. It has a lot of really great information.
Thank you.
Now, oh, go ahead, Laura.
Yeah, thank you, Mrs. C. We're going to pass it off to Mrs. Bergamaschi, who is our student support coordinator, who oversees our support class, Cougar XL.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. Bergamaschi. You can also call me Mrs. B because I know my name is difficult as well. I have the privilege of overseeing Cougar XL. It is our academic support class offered to mainly our 9th grade students with the objective to empower students to really take charge of their own success. We want to be there in this transition time from middle school to high school. We know it can be really difficult and challenging. And so basically, our class is set up with a team of academic coaches who are so much more than tutors. They're really mentors to students. They're the backbone of our student support program. And so students work in small groups in our classroom. We work with the 9th grade teachers just to know exactly what curriculum students are working on so we can provide mini lessons. So really think of this class as that support built into your students' day. So they do get elective credits. And I did also film a short video, it's like 5 minutes long, screencast going into more detail about the class, other CAVE supports that we offer. So I encourage you to check that out after this presentation, but we are so excited to welcome the class of 2025 in the fall.
Excellent. Thank you, Mrs. Bergamaschi. All right, so I'm going to talk about our award-winning arts. As Mr. Parr and I both already explained a little bit about our drama department and our performing arts, but it goes into so much more than that. We have a choir. We have a new choir teacher this year who is just lifting that program off the ground, and we're really excited to be building that up again. We have beginning, intermediate, and advanced dance. Last year, they made several appearances on KUSI and some other news stations. They did a lot of events outside of school to be able to just show off their work, as well as some dance evenings in the theater. And they work really hard doing all different sorts of styles of dance. And we have our band. We have concert, symphonic, and marching band. The marching band does many not events, I forget what we call them. Competitions, I guess, throughout all of Southern California, win first place awards all the time. And we have a percussion ensemble, jazz band, and orchestra. So students can enroll in any of those classes. You can have experience or have no experience. And we work with the students. We have Mrs. Luck, who is amazing. And we have a couple of other support teachers that work with her to teach things like beginning guitar and guitar ensemble, and also color guard. In regards to our visual arts, we offer art classes in like a beginning, intermediate, and advanced as well, and 3D design and sculpture. We have part of our visual arts include our CTE pathways for animation and jewelry smithing and graphic design. Graphic design is actually articulated for college credit. So if you complete the CTE pathway, then it leads you into what the next courses you would take in the college as well, if you wanted to continue that path. Both performing arts and visual arts have some great videos like Ms. Bergamaschi was just mentioning on our website, and we'll have a direct link for that at the end of our presentation here as well. So next up, I have a short little video of a student talking about his experience with performing arts.
So lastly, a personal experience on why to join the performing arts family is that it's just really awesome. You'll really love it. And obviously, you might not know what exactly to expect or what exactly is going to happen, but I implore you to join, because when I joined band, it was an amazing experience. I made a lot of new friends and new connections that I probably wouldn't have made if I hadn't joined, especially with teachers and students alike. Just everyone's really nice. It's a really big family. It's a good place for a good community and building memories. I just had a really good time, and I'll probably join again next year for my last year of high school. But it's just been really amazing for me personally. And I've not only made friends in band, but also within other departments of the performing arts, which are equally as amazing. It's just all across the board. It's just really awesome, and I bet that you'll have a fun time if you join. So please join our family, and thank you for watching this video. The further links and information and other sources should be at the end of the video. Thank you. So lastly, a personal experience on.
All right, and you can watch the rest of that video on our website. And so next up, I want to talk a little bit about our clubs that we have on campus. We have over 50 clubs, and that is growing all the time because any student can start any club that they want. So when a student is interested in something that they would like to join that's already up and running, then we have club meetings that are typically during lunchtime, and those are well publicized through our SCHS broadcast, which is played in the classroom during second block every day, telling the students what time and what day clubs are meeting so that they know how and where to get involved. If they don't see a club that interests them or they want to start something else, they get a club advisor and they put in a club charter, and that gets approved through ASB. And so it allows for students to, find people that have same interests as them and learn about something new. So it really can run the gamut. And it can be anything that we want to see that supports students. So it's really student driven, and finding an advisor on campus to meet the people that you want to be around that enjoy the same type of things as you do. So next up, I'm going to have Sandra, one of our students, talk a little bit about her experience with clubs.
Hi guys. So like Ms. Harold said, clubs are such a good way to get involved with our school. Personally, I was able to start a club with my friends, and there's just so many different ways to get involved. I'm also in class council, and basically we're able to fundraise for our prom. We have different clubs like Key Club and Mido Club that raise money for different organizations. And it's just such a great way to feel included and find different people that you share a passion with.
Thank you so much, Sandra. And so on that note, Kylie, if I can call on you to talk a little bit about student life at SCHS, because there is so much. And as our ASB president, I know that you oversee a lot of these events.
Yeah, so like Sandra was talking about just a second ago, it's really important that you guys find your little group of people on campus, big group, little group, medium group, whatever you find on campus. And these are a bunch of different ways that you can find your people, you can get involved at Steele, and these are some of my favorite events that happen. So ASB and class council are a great way to get involved with specifically at Steele. ASB is more of the general student body population, and then the class councils focus specifically on each grade level, and they work to fundraise for their own events and then eventually prom senior year. And then all of these different events ASB puts on, as well as different groups on campus. So air bands, a little like lip sync battle dance competition that we host is one of the most popular at Steele Canyon, and kind of what we're known for besides some of our top things. Mr. Steele, which is a really fun comedy pageant show type of thing, and Cougar Star Positive Cougar Awards, or awards that are given out throughout campus by staff members, administration, students, teachers, etc. Just ways that we reach out to our student population and staff members. Our school dances, our ASB team puts on, it's super exciting. Our annual car show is also something that ASB puts on. It's had to take a little pause this year, but it is a great event and it reaches a whole different community, and so it's really exciting. Lunch activities, pep rallies, spirit weeks, fundraisers, those are all different ways that get our student body excited and get our student body involved. KUSI comes to Steele for an alarm clock pep rally early in the morning at about like 6:30, and we just get a bunch of students all rallied up, spirited. We get paint, we have a bunch of fun with games, and it's an amazing event to participate in and just have fun with your friends. We also have Battle of the Bands, where we have a bunch of different bands sign up, and they participate in a competition where staff and teachers judge them, and they get to show off all their skill for the people who want to come and watch them. And then our Scratch team is a huge part of Steele Canyon. This is our mascot team. Scratch the Cougar is our big man on campus. He goes to various different events, makes surprise visits in the middle of the school day sometimes, and he has a whole team that help and that run him. So he's amazing, and I highly encourage you guys to look into that, because it is something that always brings a smile to students' faces. So get involved with any of those things. Look out for those while you're at Steele, and just have a bunch of fun with it.
Thank you, Kylie. And next up, we have Mrs. C talking about our social emotional services.
Perfect. Thank you, Ms. Harold. So aside from academics, the social emotional state of our students is extremely important to us as well. They go hand in hand. You have to have both components. And we have a lot of services that we offer. Straight off, we have obviously your grade level counselor, which is an amazing and great resource for all of our students. We also have a full-time social worker, which is really amazing because most schools do not have that. I wish they all did, but we are very fortunate to have one, and she's amazing, and that's Mrs. Reed, and I'll tell you a little bit more about her in just a second. But through her, we have external social emotional support services. We work closely with a lot of outside community agencies, such as San Diego Youth Services. So if it's something maybe that needs a little bit more help, a little bit more detailed information, maybe little outside resources, we definitely know where to send you for additional support. She offers support groups, which are really great and have helped our students a lot. And they're actually always asking for more of them on different topics. So that's a really great opportunity for students to take advantage of here on campus. And then the next slide, you'll see our Google Resource Center. So if you actually go to our counseling website, you will see there's a whole page just on resources, mental health resources that Mrs. Reed manages herself. So she, again, is our full-time social worker, and she provides a lot of really just amazing help. Right now, obviously right now we're virtual, but she offers a lot of, she texts with her, her Google phone number. She's very easy to get a hold of. You can email her, have Zoom appointments. She's just a really wonderful resource for not just the students, but as a staff as well. She's always trying to take care of us as well. So just know that your students will be in really good hands. And there's a lot of people here and outside in the community that always step up and help our students when they are in need.
Thank you, Mrs. C. And next up is Mrs. K with Students with Disabilities.
Oh, hi. I want to just take a brief moment to tell you about for students who have disabilities. We have a great special education support team. And when they say an advocate teacher, the advocate stays with the student all 4 years as well. So we all become one giant family. They have two roles. They're the advocate, and then they also teach. So they develop an IEP, they implement that, they have the meetings, they address issues with the class schedule, they work with counseling, we do future planning, we do behavior concerns, they also do goal setting. So they collaborate with the general ed teachers as well as the parents and students and helping. And then they also have the content area support, where they're study skills teachers, where they're actually working one-on-one, communicating with the student, they're helping them with their assignments, they're supporting them in the classroom, and they're also making sure they contact the parents at all times to make sure they know what's going on. And when you say that, we say we're a full inclusive model. So that means that our inclusive model is for students who qualify for support services, including speech therapy and occupational therapy. They receive within the classroom of a general education classroom, they are getting their classes, everything that they need, modified, differentiated, everything that a student who has an IEP they're not a standout in the classroom, they are a part of the classroom. So there's where you find out how the student is doing. There is no one that's standing there saying, oh, they have an IEP. That doesn't happen at Steele Canyon. I just want you guys to know that. All of our students have their goals and their needs met in general ed. All of our students are supported by our fabulous teachers and staff, and all of our students are given the same access and the abilities to be successful for graduation, for college, for vocational and career. So I really want to, if you're a student who needs that, your student needs some additional support, we're going to put Jeff Wilkins' email in the chat room, and that way you'll be able to access that. And please click on that special education open house. It gives you all of the videos and websites that you need to know about it. But we're looking forward to helping you.
Thank you, Ms. K. All right, so once you've decided that Steele Canyon sounds like the place for you and your family, we have our intent to enroll that is now open. Many of you have already put in your information. It is in the form of a Google form, and we are going to have that open until next Wednesday, the 17th, February 17th. It will close at 11:59 p.m. So if you want to get your name, your child's name into the lottery, it needs to be in before that time. If you have any questions about intent to enroll, you can contact us at our hotline, intent to enroll hotline, which is on the screen there, as well as enrollment@schscougars.org. And so then next, a little bit about the next steps and process. So as I mentioned, intend to enroll 11:59 on Wednesday, February 17th. We are going to put this, the link to this presentation in the chat. And so you'll be able to click on these links. You can also take a picture of this QR code. It'll take you directly to the intent to enroll form, and you can fill it out right now on your phone. And then after the intent to enroll closes, we conduct our lottery. So the lottery is held when there are more students in any grade level that are interested in coming to Steele Canyon than we have spots for. So families will be notified of their status based on the lottery results on Friday. So we do the lottery in the morning, and we will notify you later that day of your admission status. And we hope that all of you will be able to get in that want to come to Steele Canyon. After that happens, we will be sending out at the same time registration information. You'll be logging into ARIES, which is our student information system, in the parent portal to complete registration and upload documents. So all of that will be done through the parent portal. And then once that happens, then the counseling team is going to be offering parent orientation and counseling orientation. And so that's where they're going to go into tons of detail all about what courses are offered, what does the plan look like over these next 4 years, and answer any of your questions regarding courses and getting signed up for those courses, including the course request form. You will not receive the course request form until you have completed all of your registration and uploaded all of your documents. So all of that information can again be found on our Registration 2122 website. And next up, we're going to show a quick little video. And after the video, we will finish up with our Q&A. And the websites to additional videos for you to peruse.
You're invited to join something special. To make high school truly memorable. To break out of the traditional and join a unique campus to find out how much you can achieve, how much you can grow, and what Steele Canyon High School can do to prepare you for what comes after. Opening in 2000, Steele Canyon became a charter school in 2007. With its own board making decisions, school leadership has the freedom to implement changes to benefit students.
Being a charter school allows us to be more responsive to the needs of our 2,000 students, and we can make changes more quickly as our student population changes.
The most recent data show the result has been dramatic, including a 98% graduation rate and 82% of students attending college. In fact, the class of 2018 collectively earned $2.4 million in scholarships.
The new dashboard has us at blue, which is the highest level indicator that we could be at college and career readiness, which shows the tremendous growth that we've had over the last year. And we expect to continue to be blue as we grow over the next couple of years.
One reason could be the block schedule. Students at Steele Canyon typically only take 2 or 3 classes at a time.
You know, I've taught traditional and block schedule, taught traditional for 10 years. This is my 5th year teaching block. I personally like block schedule for a couple of reasons. One, the students are able to focus, instead of on 6 to 7, even 8 classes, they're able to focus on 3 to 4 classes. In addition, it saves a lot of time, and I think it makes for better instruction.
Students also find their passion by taking foreign languages, electives, as well as various career and technical education courses. And how many high schools have their own daily TV show?
Good morning, Cougars. Today is Monday, December 17th. Welcome to SCTV News. I'm Lizone.
And I'm Jesus Vázquez. We made it.
Campus safety is also a top priority. New traffic and visitor procedures are in place to protect students. And Steele Canyon even received recognition from Sandy Hook Promise, a national organization dedicated to campus safety for awareness campaigns like Say Something. And that's not all.
We have student ambassadors that are trained to make sure that our campus is a safe place. They learn conflict resolution and they learn how to handle things themselves before they even involve an adult. So they're empowered to make a change on our campus and to make it a more positive place to be.
Outside the classroom, Steele Canyon has a rich history of athletic achievement. In the past 2 years, Cougar teams have captured more than a dozen league championships, 5 CIF titles, and the 2017 California State Football Championship.
The opportunity to coach in a state championship game was never really in my realm of thought. You know, the dream was always just to be able to coach in a CIF championship game. So, you know, these guys gave me an opportunity that I never dreamt that I'd ever get.
But it doesn't stop there. The marching band, Steele Regiment, is ranked top 10 in the state. The gymnastics team took home its league title, and the drama and music department put on the best musical in San Diego County.
One thing that sets us apart from any other school is we have live musicians that are students in the pit. Not only that, our students that are on stage are just phenomenally talented. They can sing.
Our kids are amazing. The team that we have put together is amazing. And it truly takes each one of us working on this together.
So, if you're ready, if you want to see what all the excitement is about, if you'd like to find a home at the highest performing school in the region, then you're ready to be a Cougar.
We are SC. We are SC. We are SC. We are.
Oh man, I love that video. Okay. Can't wait to get back to sports and graduation. We're so excited. So next up, just want to put a plug out there. Typically at our open house, we are in the gym and we have all of our departments, CTEs, art classes, athletics, all of the coaches are there and you get an opportunity to speak with all of them. But as you can see, we've already taken up an hour of your evening tonight. So we wanted to post videos from each of those people. So on our enrollment 21-22 website, that you can access all of those videos. There's some that are specific to 9th grade, some that are department level, some that are telling you where to get more information about athletics. There is the visual arts, performing arts, and AVID videos, and so much more. So please make sure that on your time that you have some time to check out these videos because the teachers have taken time to put them out there for you and let you know what makes Steele Canyon special. So that brings us to the end of our presentation tonight, and we can go back to Mr. Battle and continue answering some questions.
All right, well, I'm pretty proud of myself. I feel like I've got it covered. I feel like I've addressed everyone, but there might be someone in there who feels that's not true. So that'll be a great opportunity to throw a question out there if something's still on your mind, and here comes one. Can we buy a Steele Canyon sweatshirt, and how do we get one?
Awesome. Yes, if you go to the Steele Canyon website, on the left-hand side, there's a quick link for the web store. And at the web store, you can purchase any Steele Canyon gear.
Thank you very much. And do we anticipate what the method of learning will be in the fall? Will it be in person, hybrid, that sort of thing?
Mr. Parr?
Sorry, I was looking at a question I was receiving. Can you repeat that question, please?
Yes, sir. Do we have any indication as to what format we'll be using when we return in the fall, as far as in-person versus virtual, et cetera?
Yeah, I think right now it's really hard to say definitively what the fall will look like. I'm optimistic that we will be able to continue to take step forwards on bringing students back at an expanded capacity as the spring develops and into the fall. I would be surprised if we were in a position where we were only offering on-campus learning. So my guess is that in the fall, we will still be in some form of a hybrid program. And I don't know exactly what that'll look like, but we do think there will still be some families in the fall that will still may have some concerns, have some underlying health issues with the students or with family members that may keep them from feeling safe at that point. And so we need to make sure that we are offering and meeting the needs of those members of our community. So I would expect there would be some form of a hybrid in the fall, but it's it's a long ways away. 6 months from now, we've learned lately is 6 months is a really long time in a pandemic. A lot can change.
Definitely. Thank you, Mr. Parr. And I just want to reiterate how proud I am of our leadership, Mr. Parr and our admin team and the rest of our staff and our students and our current families, because being open the way that we are right now and all of our safety protocols in place, and I'm just really proud to say that we are open to 2 days a week. I think Mr. Parr mentioned at the beginning that there aren't any other schools in at least in San Diego County that are open as much as we are right now, and we're doing it safely for those that are interested in and want to be on campus. So I just wanted to mention that I'm really proud of that and our team and our whole community. Mr. Battle, did you have any other questions?
Well, Cesar has his hand up. I'm not sure what his question is.
One of the questions people continue to ask is what time will we start and end next year? I think that's also yet to be determined completely, right, Mr. Parr?
Yeah, it's tough to say what our hours are going to be. We know that in the 22-23 school year, schools are expected to have a start time at 8:30, which is an hour later than our traditional start time. We're currently offering an 8:30 start time right now, but our classes are only 60 minutes long. So we want to get back to a 90-minute block schedule, but we don't know what that schedule will look like when we do return in the fall.
A couple of questions that I'm getting around intent to enroll. Again, it closes next Wednesday, the 17th at midnight in order to go into the lottery. If you don't make a decision by then, or you, for whatever reason, don't get in on the intent to enroll in the lottery, if there will be a new wait list started on the 18th. And then as spots open up, and because it's inevitable that there will be students that put their name on the intent to enroll, get in on the lottery, but then choose not to go to Steele Canyon. So spots do open up later on in the months. And so at that point, we'll be calling people from the wait list to then, if they're still interested, want to follow through on registration and move forward that way. So it's not just lottery one and done. There are multiple opportunities all the way up until August, really, to be on the wait list and get calls in to be a part of Steele Canyon's family. Also, you can definitely still sign up for the campus tours. They're next Tuesday, and we will be notifying families hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow of what their tour time is going to be. There was really high interest, and so we're just trying to make sure that we balance it well between the 3 hours so that we can get the most to the families, as well as being able to keep safety and protocols in place. We do not have an ROTC program available, unfortunately. And I think that covers it for my questions. Oh, also at campus tours, if you attend, we will have the student store open. And so you'll be able to buy any Cougar gear at the student store as well. If you are interested in athletics, if you go to our registration page, there's a video that talks about that too. But like Dr. Cohen mentioned, you can also go to the athletics website and you can contact any of the coaches. If you have any questions, find the sport that you're interested in and please reach out to them asking any specific questions about sports. How many students are in each grade level? We usually have around 600 in each grade level. For the freshmen, we do enroll at about 625. And so that is how many spots that we will have for the start of the school year as well. And I think that's it for me. Did anybody else receive any questions they want to address?
What are our school colors?
Navy blue and cardinal red are our school colors.
Excellent. Navy blue and cardinal red.
Yeah, I have a couple that came to me. I'm scrolling through. Do we have clubs that have reading, literature, or writing? I do believe there are clubs on campus specific to some of those topics. The great thing about student clubs is that if a student is looking for something and it's not already provided, it's a student-led club, they can create it. All they need to do is find an adult on campus that serves as the liaison, the adult, what do we call them? Advisor to that.
Advisor.
And you can get started with any club that the students want. I did get asked, we do not have an ROTC program. What steps will be taken to assist kids to catch them up after a year of online learning? So one of the things that we are engaging in, will be engaging with our current students in the spring through mandated state assessments, and with our new students in the fall as we get test scores, is assessing learning loss and developing programs. We have a tutorial program that can support students address learning loss. And we have to understand that students will have very different experiences. And so we're trying to identify the students who are the most at risk, the students who have had the experience possibly the most, and work on programs that'll help to catch them up, to get them at and past their grade level. As far as there are priority levels for the lottery. I can pull those up. The first thing, our first, as we do get let's see if I can find it. As we get the lottery going, the first thing, our first priority is to serve our community. So families that live within our boundaries get the first priority to access the lottery. So if there is more than the number of students, we do have to hold a lottery, but we generally have to have the students that live within our boundaries. There are all of those students have been accepted. The second level priority are students that are family members, children of Steele Canyon family members. Number 4 is students who reside within the boundaries. And then number 5 is all other students permitted within the state of California. So it's actually the first level of priority is any siblings of current students. So siblings of current students get access to Steele Canyon, followed by students that live within our boundaries. Our boundaries are posted on our website, so they can be found on our website.
Mr. Parr, could you speak to like the difference between our enrollment here at Steele Canyon versus school choice through Grossmont District?
So we operate independently of the district. So if everybody, essentially, we live within the school boundaries of the Grossmont District, but we also have our own boundaries. So students that live next door to Steele Canyon by Grossmont boundaries that they've written, their home school would be Valhalla, but they can choice into Steele Canyon. We serve our community, and so they would get priority access to our campus as they live within our boundaries as well. So you kind of live within multiple boundaries if you live within our boundaries, because the district has homeschool boundaries, but we have our boundaries as well. So students that live within our boundaries get near top priority.
Great, thank you. And then There was another question about, oh, when do we get our lottery numbers? And so what you should, once you complete the intent to enroll, you get a like a confirmation email that does have I believe it's called a lottery. Is it a lottery number that's included in the confirmation email?
Yes, I believe so.
And then we'll use those numbers to identify the students for the lottery. And then once that happens, you will receive an email stating that you have been accepted or that you've been added to the wait list. And that'll be next Friday. And I think that covers everything that we want to include tonight. So again, can I have somebody please put in the chat the links to this slide and slide deck, and they will also be posted on the website tomorrow, as well as this video recording in case you missed the beginning or want to go back and check any of it out. And please visit our all the slides, or excuse me, all the videos from all the different departments to learn more about those as well. And please reach out to any of us on the 2025 team. We're here to support you, answer your questions. If you have specific enrollment questions, you can please guide those to enrollment@schscougars.org, and they'll be able to answer all of those questions as well. That's the same email that you got the link for tonight. So you can respond to that with any other questions as well. So thank you again. And we look forward to having you at Steele Canyon. Hopefully we see you all next Tuesday at campus tours, and then in the fall in August. Thank you so much and take care.
Thank you all.